Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. We are standing outside of our fifth wheel. We got a repair we got to do on this. Lately, we've been having the issue where the hot water is barely coming out or not coming out at all. Plus you hear a little noise sometimes. So we think it's a check valve on the back of the water heater, which is usually the case with these because there's not much that can go wrong as far as water not coming out. So we checked everything before that. All's good. Cold comes out of the faucet all right, but hot, not so much. So we're going to get on the back of this unit. We're going to take the check valve off. Some of them are on the right screwed into the back of the tank and some are in line somewhere. So hopefully ours is the latter of the two because it will be easier to do. And also we're going to upgrade it to a brass one. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be plastic like most of them. So we're going to upgrade that while we're at it and do that. Pretty tight quarters in this one. Our under storage here is not very tall. So we'll try to get you the best shots we can. We just got to move some stuff out of the under storage. We got a bunch of stuff in the way. Then we got to pull that wall down to get to the back of it. Then I'll show you what we're dealing with once we get in there. All right, guys, we got it cleaned out. We're in the back of this thing. This is our water tank here, our water heater. And you can see this is the pipe coming out. We have one in line, which is awesome. It is plastic, which I suspected. We're going to go up the brass on that. But all we got to do is unscrew this, unscrew that, and our brass one should go in between. It's a 1/2-inch check valve. We upgraded, like I said, to the brass Valterra one. And that'll fit right in that position. So, but first there's a couple steps we got to do. I'm going to jump outside here and show you what steps we got to do next. But yeah, here's a quick shot of the one we're replacing it with, the Valterra. We'll show you a closer up of the part number. We'll leave a link to it down below for you guys too. But we're going to get out here. We got a few steps we got to do before we can attack that. So let's get out of here. All right, the first steps you want to do before you're tackling this job is you want to shut off your water supply. So we're going to do that real quick. We're just going to shut off our water supply so you got no water to the unit. There you go, there's that. Then we want to relieve the pressure off of the line. So we have this outside shower we have hooked up to our black tank flush. So we're just going to open that. And that's going to bleed off the pressure. And our pressure went down, you can see on our gauge. We are now down to the 0 pressure. Next, what we're going to want to do, because you want your tank empty when you do this. And it's a good time to flush out your tank if you haven't done so in a while. We do ours quite regularly, but still, you still want to do it. Next, we're going to open this. This bleeds off pressure if there's any in the tank, which there's not too much since we did that. So we're good there. Next, for ours, we have the 10-gallon Suburban water heater. So we're just going to pull out the anode in the bottom. That'll drain the tank. We'll flush it while we're at it. And then we can put that all back in, replace it if we need it. And then it allows us to go to the back to pull that check valve off and without any water spilling all over the place. But have a towel ready just in case you're going to get some drips. We have water sensors back there. We don't want all the alarms going off and everything.
Don't forget to shut off the heater either.
Oh yeah, don't forget to shut off your electric. Good spot. Our particular one, we have a button here for electric. That's what we're on. We're just going to click off. If you are on propane, make sure you click that button off too, because you don't want this thing firing up when it's empty. You'll definitely destroy equipment. So we're going to get this pulled out and then we're going to drain the unit and get started. All right, we're down here pulling out our plug. Be careful on this part here. It's sharp. I can't tell you how many times I cut my fingers trying to get this out. So use an extension or something. Another note is make sure you keep this closed after you bleed off the pressure. That will make the water come out of there slow until you're ready. Then you can flip that open. It'll shoot right out. You'll see what I'm saying. See, our unit's ready. This is a 1 1/16 for that size one we have. We just keep it right in the rig. You could stand back. The water will be warm if you just shut it off. So see, you'll get some of that stuff. But now we'll stand back. We'll open this up. Now it flows right out of there. Well, look at that. The anode, get back up from the water here. The anode is pretty chewed up on this one. We've had it in there a while though. So I think we might just change that one. Yeah, we'll probably put a new one in there. This was one of the upgraded type, but it's been in there a long time. We're on pretty clean water. So we're gonna get this changed out. Even though you have a little life left in this, might as well change it out while you're doing it. So, all right, guys, we are in the process of flushing out our water heater. If you guys want to know how to do this, we do have a video on our channel on how to do it. We'll leave a link to it down below. We are replacing the anode like we mentioned. Here's the new one. This is the magnesium ones. We'll leave a link to these two. It's a cheap insurance to protect your tank. Some of you might have the aluminum tanks, which probably won't even have one of these. But if you don't, you're going to want one of these to protect your tank. But we're going to finish flushing this out. Then we can go in the back and change that valve out. We just wanted to get a head on this. All right, guys, I think I got your view. It's pretty tight in here, but this is what we're replacing right here. On ours, we're lucky because some of them are in the tank and then they're a little hard to get out, but ours is not. So we're just going to have to unscrew this one, and our check valve is going to come out. One thing you want to pay attention to, there is a flow direction on these. You'll probably have an arrow. Pay attention to that arrow so you put it in the right way. Otherwise, you're not going to get water. But we did drain our tank, but we're going to take the precaution. We're going to put this towel underneath it in case anything drips out. It'll catch the drips that are coming out. But like I said, we see how we just got to unscrew that? That's all we have to do on ours. I hope your guys' is that easy. That side's out. See, we did get a little water there. Then we're going to unscrew this side. And that's it. Our check valve is out. And you can see already pieces of that check valve is falling out. So this is definitely it. So this one was broken. We'll take a better look at it outside. All right, we got the old check valve out. As you can see, it's in pieces. So if you're trying to run water and you're hearing like a brrr noise in there, I don't know if that's the correct type of noise, but if you're hearing a little rattle noise, it's probably this falling apart inside. Ours was getting in there because this piece was broke. You've seen it as we pulled it out, and it was stopping the water from flowing. So remember, I was telling you about that flow direction right here. So you want the arrow pointing away from your water tank because you want the water to flow out of your tank. So remember that when you're putting it back in. But yeah, all three of these pieces, crap. So now let me show you what we're replacing it with. Now we got a nice Valterra brass one. Here's the arrow for the flow direction. You guys can see that. We're going to put it in like this part facing our tank, the arrow pointing towards the rig. And then you can see our check valve is nice there. Plus, isn't that like I don't know, it's about the same size hole, so it should be a good flow. And this one's working. So this is definitely going to be it. We're going to pop this in the same way we took the old one out. We're going to put this in. Like I said, we're lucky on ours. We just got the spin on type. Makes this job a lot easier. And then if you have the kind that's into the tank, just be careful. Some of them are plastic. You want to be careful getting them out, especially if you've got an older rig, hasn't been moved in a while. Some of them do happen to break. So if yours is in the tank, make sure you buy a couple extra fittings to fit in the back of the tank so you're not having to stop and run to the hardware store. So let's get this popped in and we'll be ready to go. All right, guys, we are back in here. On this particular type, you don't have to put pipe dope on it, but I'm doing it just as that extra precaution. I don't want any leaks. I do keep water sensors back here, but still, we should be able to. I'm trying to do this one-handed, which is not the easiest. I can't even get my other hand in here. Like I said, it's the reverse of what you did. Make sure your arrow's in the right direction. Screw them in. And then tighten them down. Check for leaks once you fill it back up. Like I said, we got lucky on this one that it is the kind that just is in line. A lot of them do have them in the tank. They could be a bear. So we'll get these tightened down. And then we're about ready to put in our new anode and fill the tank. So there we go. We have that in and tightened. You don't have to go too tight with these kind because they do have the rubber seals in there. So we'll double check this to see if it leaks. But right now we're done here. We're going to go outside and do the hot water heater, put the anode in. All right, we got that tightened up in the back. Now we're going to put our anode in, get this filled up with water and check for leaks. Make sure the problem's fixed. We did put thread sealant here on the threads before we put it in. Again, this is the back of reverse of what you did. If you want to know how to flush and clean your water system, because we do have it filtered and everything, we'll leave a link to the video down below. We do a bunch of RV repair videos and upgrades and things like that. We do have another channel, it's called Good Data RV. We try to cross-platform these on both channels, our Jimmy Two Tech channel and the Good Data RV channel. You don't have to go too tight with this either. All right, that's in. Now all we're going to do is kick our water back on. The tank's going to fill up. It's going to get under pressure, and we can check the back, make sure we don't have any leaks where we just replaced the valve. So here we go. All right, you guys can't hear, but it's filling. We can hear the air coming out of the valve here. You want to leave that open until water starts coming out of there pretty good. Otherwise, you trap that air. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let this 10 gallons fill up, and we'll check the back. All right, guys, we have the water run. You might be able to hear that for the hot water. We have no leaks, so we did a good job. Everything's looking good back here. We can button all this up and close out this video. Well, there you have it, guys. It's pretty easy repair, especially if you have it in line like we did. If you didn't, like I said, buy a couple extra parts in case something happens. You have those fittings that go in the back of your tank. So if you are having that problem where you're getting little to no water out of your hot water when you turn it on, or you're getting a little, it's like a buzzy type of noise, it's going to be your check valve. And make sure you upgrade it to the brass one. These plastic ones, you know, they're trying to save a penny and it costs you later. So make sure you replace it to the brass ones. And then, like I said, if you do need to know how to service your water heater and get it flushed out and serviced, we'll leave a link to that down below. It's a pretty easy job as well. We did part of it right here, so it's pretty much almost done. We did drain the air or bleed the air out of the lines. Check the fitting again. No leaks. We're good to go. So job well done. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We notice that a lot of our viewers are not subscribed yet. Doesn't cost you anything. Help us out. Just give it a click. Give it a thumbs up also while you're at it. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Try something new.
Whenever your heart is broken